Hey everybody, this is TJR. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. And last week, the list for Record Store Day 2025 was announced. I have not yet had a chance to really comment on it on this channel. This is because I've been preoccupied with some other stuff, some of which I want to talk about in the near future on this channel. In fact, just real quick, I'll mention I am doing a little bit of recording session work, something that I haven't done in a while since I pretty much stopped working professionally as a musician, but I got asked to do some work on a track, and I'm doing that. And so hopefully soon I'd like to make a quick little video and just show you some of what I worked on. So let's talk about the list here. First of all, every year when a new Record Store Day list is released, there's a fair amount of what I call the gnashing of teeth. People being upset about it, saying this is one of the worst lists ever, and everybody just complaining. And myself personally, I have always been of the opinion that if there is at least just one release that I'm really, really excited about, then it's worth it to me. It's worth it to me to go, and I look forward to it. But apparently, this year, the buzz on the internet has been that this is one of the best lists in quite some time. And I gave it a quick glance before making this video, and I kind of see why. There is a lot of what I would refer to as albums that either, one, have never been released on vinyl before, or albums that have been out of print for a long time, now finally getting a repressing on vinyl. And there's also a lot of just exclusive releases, mostly live albums, that sort of thing, that, have never been released in any format. And what there's not a lot of this time is albums that are easy to get on vinyl, not to mention CD, they're everywhere, and yet for some reason it gets a Record Store Day release because it's on a colored vinyl. That's the only real thing. Or albums being released on picture disc, which I've never been a fan of, and I think a lot of people who are interested in hearing the music are not a fan of, because picture discs just don't sound as good. Picture discs, I think, are more of just a visual collectible, and if you like those, you like those. I understand. But anyways, though, apparently that's the reason why people are very happy about this one. So now let's talk about the actual list here. I am not going to discuss every single album here. There are genres that I don't feel qualified to talk about, like jazz and hip hop. And while I do own a few jazz and hip hop albums that I enjoy, I'm hardly qualified. And so let's go ahead here. And by the way, we're starting with RSD exclusive. Of course, if you're new to Record Store Day, these are supposed to be exclusive to Record Store Day. These limited releases will not get re-released later nationwide or in any kind of larger releases. At least that's how it's supposed to work, and usually that is how it works. So to start, we've got Willie Dixon here. It just says here, this is interesting, it says here Willie Dixon artist, Willie Dixon album, but it's actually called What Happened to My Blues. Grammy Award winner, Blues Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Songwriters Hall of Fame. Next to Muddy Waters, Willie Dixon is recognized as the most influential person to shape the post-World War II sound of the Chicago blues. What Happened to My Blues is considered one of Willie Dixon's finest albums as a group leader. And so this is coming with an OB, cardboard jacket, printed inner sleeve, and bright orange color vinyl. This one here, I don't know this album, but, I am a blues fan. I do own a number of blues albums. And this is just seeing this announcement here is enough to make me want to go check this one out on streaming and see if I like it. We have Air, Moon Safari Live, and Demos. Now, I have the Vinyl Me Please pressing of this album. I think this album is a great album. And this is a version of Live and Demos replicating the actual album, although they don't list tracks here. This definitely interests me here because I really am a big fan of this album. Let's take a look here. Now, Tori Amos, don't really know her music that well, but Robert sure likes her. I can imagine that he might be interested here. And these are all live tracks here. It's just a small 4-track EP, though. But I'll bet you Robert might be interested in this one here. The B-52s, this is a picture disc. So yeah, no interest in this, although I would love to start getting the B-52s on vinyl. I would probably go for like trying to get a vintage copy. David Bowie, Ready, Set, Go. Live Riverside Studios 03. And let's get a little history here. On September 8th, 2003, David Bowie made history with the biggest ever live and interactive music satellite event the world had ever seen. The special one-off live concert was beamed via satellite from London's Riverside Studios. And so this has apparently never... It says here, Record Store Day sees the first ever release of the concert. And there's going to be a CD version as well. And so this is exclusive to Record Store Day. So this should be the only way you could get this. Myself, personally, I would probably go for the CD version myself. It's going to be a lot cheaper. I would like to try to get that. And I don't think I need it on vinyl, but definitely interested in this one here. Let's see here. Blur, The Magic Whip. I almost passed this one by. I'm not a fan of Blur, but Robert sure is. I don't have a whole lot of interest in these zoetropes. Again, like picture discs, I hear that they don't sound that great. But Robert might still be interested because he's such a Blur fan. And let's see here. Let's see what else we got here. Camper Van Beethoven. I've enjoyed a couple of their albums, but I don't know anything about this one here. Groundbreaking debut album is back on vinyl for the first time since the 1980s. So right now I'm already thinking I do like some Camper Van Beethoven. I might listen to this and see if I really would like to get this vinyl version here. So I'll put that on my streaming list here. Let's take a look, see what else we've got. Elvis Costello, Kings of America, live at the Royal Albert Hall. Third Man Records, limited to 2,000 copies. 17-song concert, recorded in 1987. Possibly, yeah, maybe. And again, it's an exclusive. Let me see what else we've got here. The Cure. Every year, The Cure just does a picture disc. I don't like picture discs. I've already said why. And Robert is a big fan of The Cure, and he's always saying you should really listen to them. And I keep saying, if they would just do one of their albums for Record Store Day, I'd probably just pick it up, but they always do a picture disc. I suppose I could just stream them, but, I like to buy a copy and then listen. So here we go. Let's see what else we've got here that I feel like I could talk about. Oh, The Doors. Strange Days, 1967, a work in progress. 7,500 copies. Let's see what it says here. A Work in Progress is an album of early alternate mixes from the Strange Day sessions before the overdubs were complete. The recently unearthed tracks were mixed by Bruce Botnick back in 67 and feature new liners by him as well. It's being pressed on transparent blue vinyl. Now, from the way this sounds, this was not on any previously anniversary release. I never got to pick up the 50th anniversary version of this, still Super Deluxe Edition, when it came out. So doesn't sound like this was part of that. Like this is exclusively different. Duran Duran, Dance Macabre Deluxe with bonus tracks, but again, this is one of those zoetropes. Superfan's a big fan of these, and she, not of zoetrope, but of Duran Duran. But I think the zoetrope is going to be a turnoff for her once she understands what that is. Let's see, Fleetwood Mac. So yeah, this is what people generally don't like about Record Store Day is that, this album is so available. Like there's so many versions, like Rumors, so many versions of it. It's so available. Why do we need a picture disc of this? And I guess for collectors who like picture discs, but yeah. Anyways, I'm not interested, but I thought I'd just point it out here because it is Fleetwood Mac after all. And let's see here. We've got some Grateful Dead. I'm not a big Dead fan myself. These look like they're all live albums here. Let's see here. Yep, live and more live. I guess, I know that if you're a Deadhead, you can't get enough Grateful Dead live. And we have another one here, Beacon Theater. And okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? This caught my eye here, but George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. I had already heard about this previously. This is the original mix, but again, it's a zoetrope. And so, no thank you. Had it been just the original mix, this might have been a good thing to put out there, especially, if you can't afford to get a vintage version or find it hard to get a vintage version. It's probably not that hard now that I think about it. So, okay, let's move on here. John Lee Hooker, The Charcot sessions. I'm not sure how we say that. 3 LP set. Whew. Let's see here. The full October 1969 recordings from Studio Charcot, okay, in Paris. I'm probably butchering that. Have never been released in their entirety. During this historic session, John Lee Hooker was joined by acclaimed blues musicians Lowell Fulson, Carrie Bell, and S.P. Leary to craft a collection of electronic blues and boogie tracks in a single one-night studio session. 3 LPs, it's probably going to be pretty darn expensive, but it might just very well be worth it. And let's see what else we got here. Jet, Get Born Rarities. I enjoy this album. It's a good album, but not enough to want to buy an LP version of Rarities. So I will pass, but I could see where that could be of interest to some of you out there. The Jayhawks, Blue Earth. Robert's a big Jayhawks fan. This is their second album here. Has not been an LP since it was originally issued in 1989. So yeah, again, something that hasn't been available for a long time on vinyl, getting a reissue like this is what people want from Record Store Day. I'm not a big enough Jayhawks fan to want to get this, but I can see where, like I said, this is something, like I said, my buddy Robert, who I do a lot of videos with, would be interested in, because he's a big Jayhawks fan. Jethro Tull, Songs from the Vault, 2 LP set. A 2 LP set containing rarities and outtakes from the recording sessions, which produced the albums Minstrel in the Gallery, Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die, Songs from the Wood, and Heavy Horses, the majority of which have not previously appeared on vinyl. So these obviously have been released elsewhere on CD, but not on vinyl. I see there's quite a bit of Steven Wilson remixes here. Gosh darn, look at this. They're all Steven Wilson. I'm guessing, or not all, but almost close to all, but I'm guessing that these have been released previously on CD box sets that I have just never gotten around to. Let's see, Judas Priest, Live in Atlanta 82. Previously only available on CD as part of the 50 Heavy Metal Years of Music box set. That was that huge Judas Priest box set that came out a while back. So yeah, if you just want this concert material, then yeah, I could see where this would be very cool to get. If you just want this by itself or you just want it on vinyl. And yeah, that was a huge set from Judas Priest. Way out of my range as far as being able to purchase. Marcus King, Live from the Bluebird Cafe. I've listened to some of this guy's records, and he's really good. He's just an awesome blues, guitarist. If he'd come out in the 70s, we'd be calling it rock. We wouldn't be calling it blues. We'd be just saying it's rock. And yeah. So I'll bet this is a good record. Though I don't know if I'll pick it up because it is 2 LP set. Everything's more expensive now, including records. So I've got to be a lot more careful about what I purchase here. Leon LaHavas, Is Your Love Big Enough? I have this album on CD. She's just an incredible soul artist. I just loved her album. I got her first 2 albums. I thought they were both really good. And I might just consider this one because I guess this is available on vinyl for the first time. It's never been available on vinyl. Limited 2,000 copies. So yeah, I think I'll be going for this one here. I really like that album. You see, once again, it's all about your personal tastes a lot of times. Let's see here. Geddy Lee demos. I kind of not a big Rush fan, but again, I guess this could be of interest to people. Why is it listed twice? 12-inch single? Huh. John and Yoko, Power to the People. No, I'm sorry, I've got it wrong. Oh no, it is called Power to the People. Sorry, looking at this for the first time. John and Yoko Plastic Ono Band. And let's see here. I've heard about this. This is concert audio. It's only 4 tracks. Yeah, I'll probably pass on this, but I can see where this is a must-have for some people. Here we go. Little Richard, Try Some of Mine, the Brunswick recordings. I like Little Richard a lot. This newly compiled 12-inch EP features 6 sides, which Little Richard recorded for Brunswick Records in '68. Let's see here. Reflecting the sound of the late 60s while still staying true to Richard's rock and soul roots. Includes alternate take of Baby Don't You Tear My Clothes. Let's see, remastered by Dave Gardner for this limited edition pressing. I might go for this. Let's see what else here. We've got Look Out Live, Johnny Marr. Robert's a big Johnny Marr fan. I can hear him possibly letting me know he's interested in this one here. Harvey Mandel, the Snake. I keep thinking Howie Mandel, the comedian. That's what made me click on it. That what? Howie Mandel. I got it confused for a second. Before Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, or Eddie Van Halen, there was Harvey Mandel, who had an innovative approach to electric guitar and was among the first to utilize an intricate two-handed fretboard tapping technique. This 72 album, The Snake, is his second studio release and clearly a fan favorite. It has been out of print on vinyl and unavailable. Okay. So 2,000 copies. I don't know anything about this artist, but except for what I've read here, of course, just now. But reading that was enough to make me say, I'm going to go save this to my queue in Tidal, and I'm going to listen to this album first. And if I'm really thrilled with it, I may go for this. Yeah, this would be cool, provided I can get a copy. Let's see here. Let's take a look here. Joni Mitchell. Live 1976, 3 LP set. And it's listed twice. Why is that? Let's take a look here. Features Joni Mitchell live performances from around the country as she set out with the LA Express on a national headline tour at the start of 76. Let's see here. And this album is a breakout of material from the GMA Volume 4 box set, recently released. Okay, that will be on vinyl for the first time. So this has been on the CD sets here, I guess. And this material is being released on vinyl for the first time this way. It's a lot, but look at these tracks. Some great tracks here. Yeah. It's, 2 LP set. No, 3 LP set. So this one's going to be really expensive. I don't know. And yet they listed it again. Why? I wonder if it's on vinyl and CD, but they messed up here and didn't say that one was CD. If this was on CD, I'd go for that because, again, going to be cheaper. Let's see. Thelonious Monk live at the club. I said I wasn't going to look at jazz, but I just had to look at this for a moment here. Remastered from the original analog tapes at 24-bit high-resolution audio. Yeah. I'm going to see if this is available to stream. Just for some reason, I just feel like I should listen to this. Check it out. Like I said, I'm dipping my toes in jazz still. Let's see what else we've got here. Motley Crue picture disc. Yeah. Don't care because it's picture disc. Dolores O'Riordan, No Baggage. I'm not a big fan, but my partner's super fan. She loves the Cranberries, and she might be interested in this here. This is her second and final solo album, Dolores O'Riordan. Okay. Anyways, I'll tell her about that. See if she's interested here. And let's take a look here. Prince and the New Power Generation, live at Glam Slam. 3 LP set, 4,000 copies. This is an exclusive. Broken out of the Grammy-nominated Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe Edition. Okay, so this is from a previous CD release. And so, again, if you just want this concert on vinyl, probably a good for you. Let's take a look here. Queen, the Delane... I have trouble saying this. The Delane Leah demos. Now, I've already heard these. These were, of course, on the, first of all, on the earlier Queen remasters as bonus material. And they were also remastered and I think maybe remixed for the Queen 1 box set that came out a while back, which I passed on because, they auto-tuned Freddie Mercury's vocals. And so I just said, no, I'm not getting it. This might be cool. This is 5 tracks here. And let's take a look here. Yeah, these were the demos prior to their first album. And let's see here. Yeah, this might be cool to get because I passed up on the box set. And obviously this is going to be better audio than what was on the, I think it was the Hollywood Records reissue where they just, had the album and some bonus tracks. And that, of course, it had this. We'll see. Check out the price of it first. Let's take a look here. Keith Richards and the Expensive Winos live, March 10, 2022. This is an EP featuring 3 previously unreleased live tracks recorded in 2022. Okay, so this has never been released before, but it's just a 3-song EP. I tend to not go for EPs. I have to be really, really interested. I did like Keith Richards, first solo album. I didn't like the second one. Todd Rundgren, Initiation. Let's take a look here. Todd Rundgren's initiation pushes the boundaries of progressive rock with bold synthesizers and mystical themes, featuring the epic 36-minute instrumental A Treatise on Cosmic Fire. This 67-minute album defied vinyl limits, requiring special care for playback. Let's see, soared to number 7 on the Billboard charts. Essential listening for fans of experimental rock. Out of print since 1987, the 2 LP set includes new liner notes, being cut directly from the stereo analog tapes at Bernie Grun Mastering. So, yeah, the fact that this hasn't been available for a long time makes me think I'm going to put it on my queue list to stream. And if I'm really knocked out, I just might pick this up. Let's see what else we've got here. Gil Scott-Heron. I really need to listen to him. I've never, aside from the song that everybody knows, I've never listened to any of his albums. But I keep saying to myself, I need to listen to his albums, regardless, even if I just go to streaming and just play them. Let's see what else we've got here. And Soul Asylum. Live album by Soul Asylum. Sorry, I can't speak today. I'm not a big enough fan to be interested in this, but I can see where other fans out there definitely would want to hear this. Stone Temple Pilots. Live in New Haven, 1994. 2 LP set. This is taken from the Super Deluxe box set, which I do have, and I have it on CD, and I'm happy with just having that CD version. I don't need a record version of this. Sweet Desolation Boulevard, 50th Anniversary Live and Demos. Alternate version of that album. And might be fun. I enjoy that album. Let's see here. Mary Stewart and Marty Stewart. Sorry. Marty Stewart and his Fabulous Superlatives. Space Junk, a 20-track double LP, is the first full instrumental album from country legend Marty Stewart and his Fabulous Superlatives. You know, I just kind of like the title. I don't know who Marty Stewart is, but I just like this title here. Space Junk. And it's country and it's instrumental. I might give this a listen and see what I think. Check it out on streaming. Talking Heads live on tour. I only recently became a fan of the live album Stop Making Sense. And so I may have gotten that title wrong just now. Sorry. If I got it wrong, forgive me. This is the internet. No one's going to forgive me for getting the title wrong. But anyways, though, this looks interesting. Let's see here. Published as a promo LP for radio broadcast in 1979. Recorded on the More Songs About Buildings and Food tour. The promo release was never officially released commercially to the public. This is the first official release of the full show. Fully remastered from the original analog tapes. And features one previously unreleased track. I have to say that I'm willing to give this a try. Because I was such a big fan of that other big live album, which I think was called, well, it wasn't called Stop Making Sense. What was it called? Maybe I've got it wrong. Anyways, though, I don't have time to go look right now. But I'm willing to give this one a try. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? Tesla, Reel to Reel Volume 2. Tesla's hugely popular album, Reel to Reel, is coming out for the first time on limited vinyl release. Recorded using only analog equipment with a live in the studio setting. The release itself has been fully remastered at Sterling Sound, like the original, but this time specifically for vinyl. Okay. Yeah. This might be really good. So you see a lot of stuff that has never been released to the public or has been out of print for a long time. That's why I think people are so excited about this list here. Thin Lizzy Jailbreak Alternate Version. Let's see here. I have the Vinyl Me Please pressing of this one here, which I really enjoy. This Record Store Day version pulls together alternate versions from the acclaimed 76 box set 1-to-1 LP, which replicates the original album in order where possible. So this has already been re-released on a box set, but again, if you just want this, this is probably preferable. I might think about that one. Let's see what else we've got here. Thompson Twins, not into them, but Superfan sure is. I believe it's part of that whole genre that she's into, that she grew up with. Let's take a look here. What else do we got? Various artists. Vegan Air, Blue Moon Safari. What is this here? Let's read this real quick here. These are remixes by someone I don't know, so I will pass on that. But I'm interested in the other version of this that has live and alternate versions here. Scott Weiland, I know it's too late, from Stone Temple Pilots here. And what's this here? Oh, this is just a single here. Yeah, 7-inch single here, 2 tracks. Again, I don't collect these. I don't get into buying those. Let's take a look and see what else we've got here. Ronnie Wood, live at Electric Ladyland. Let's see here. 2020. Oh, that's the release of this. Hold on. Recorded back in 92. Fully remastered live recording includes 9 blistering performances. Let's see here. For the first time on vinyl. Okay, so this is one of those never been released on vinyl before. Only on CD. And let's see what else we got here. Yes, live at the Rainbow, London, England, 12/16/72. Yes, as I thought. This is going to be on, I should say, the Close to the Edge set that's coming out from what I read here. And this is part of that set. That'll be on CD. I intend to get that box set, so I'm not going to bother with this here. I'll be happy just having the CD version that comes with the Super Deluxe Edition set. Let me see here. Anything else? Warren Zevon. 4 LP box set. Features 3 albums here. Recorded during Zevon's second comeback years. Mr. Bad Example is seeing its North American debut on vinyl, whether the two have never previously been available on the format. Okay, so we've got some albums here that have never been released on vinyl. I'm not a big Warren Zevon fan, but I can see again where this would be really a big interest. And so that's it for the Record Store Day releases, the exclusive ones. And then we have limited run. These are, pretty hit and miss in just being able to find them because they're just limited to certain areas. So by and large, let me see what we've got here. Oh, here is that one Harvey Mandel again that I looked at, but a CD version, very limited, 750. If I really, 750 copies, I should say. If I really like hearing this when I listen to it on streaming and the opportunity to get it on CD is available, I'd probably go for that because it's going to be cheaper, a lot cheaper. Unless, of course, I really, really like the album and have to get the vinyl version. We'll see. But let's see if there's anything else here that really catches my eye here. Oh, here's that one by Gil Scott-Heron, also on CD, but again, regional limitations. What else do we have here? I don't see too much here that really appeals to me or anyone I know, or that might appeal to the viewership here. Now, then we have RSD first. That means these come out to Record Store Day first, but then they're supposed to get a wider release. At least that's what's supposed to happen. It doesn't always. Aha, Hunting High and Low, the 84 demos. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so this is, of course, their album. They're probably their biggest album. It featured Take On Me, but it is presented in the form of original demos. So we've got the album here in demo version. One of these says early version. So yeah, early demo versions of this album. If you're a fan of this album, I can see where this is a big, cool thing, especially since, like I said, never been released anywhere else before. But this will get a wider release. So again, you might just want to wait. What else do we have here? Black Sabbath, The Eternal Idol. I've never heard this Black Sabbath album. I've never listened to anything past the original lineup. And at some point I should listen to the later stuff. There are people who are big fans of it and say it's really good. Let's see what else we've got here. Again, these are all releases that should get wider releases afterwards. They're just coming to Record Store Day first. Collective Soul, very good band. What else do we got here? Jerry Garcia Band. A lot of these artists I don't feel confident to talk about here. What else do we have here? Oh, okay, so this is definitely of interest to me, even though it's Record Store Day first and will come out later, supposedly live from the Rainbow Theater with Ray Cooper. And this is from 77. Yes, I'm very interested in this. And I might just, if I can get it, even though it's Record Store Day first, I might just pick it up because not everything that has been Record Store Day first with Elton John has necessarily gotten a wider release. So I will be keeping my eyes open for that one. And I'm a big Elton John fan, so there you have it. There you go. What else do we got here? Oh, the Meters, live at Great American Music Hall, San Francisco. I've only recently, over the last couple of years, become familiar with the Meters and started listening to them, and I think they're amazing. Let's see what we've got here. Live at Great American Music Hall, San Francisco is the classic double live album that the Meters always deserved but never had until now. I'm sold already. Let's see here. And the live set draws heavily on the band's then most recent album, Rejuvenation, which I have, and previews its successor, Fire on the Bayou. Bayou. Okay. Commonly regarded by fans and critics alike as the Meters' two best albums. I'm sold. I want to get this. It is a first release, and it should be coming out later. Yeah. I'm sold, even if I just wait for the nationwide release. I want to get this. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oasis, Time Flies, 94 to 2009. This looks like a greatest hits package. Yes, it is. I could wait till this comes out on CD. I don't have to get this right now, but glad to see that they're doing that. Let's see what else we've got here. Because Oasis is not a band that I've ever gotten their albums of, and I think a collection would be a good place for me to start. Rage Against the Machine, live on tour, 1993. Okay. I like Rage Against the Machine quite a bit. But again, I think I would wait for the bigger release. The Rolling Stones, Out of Our Heads, US. I have this from the mono box set. What is different about this here? Let's take a look here. It is, being released separately. Is this stereo or mono? Let's take a look here. It doesn't state. And let me try to get to where the important stuff is here. Let's take a look here. Released for Record Store Day on 180 gram clear vinyl with a lithographic print. This reissue has been mastered directly from the original first generation analog mono. Okay, it's mono. Analog mono album master tape. And let's see here. This looks like it's a new remastering. And it's mono, and it's right from the original tapes. So this, I think, is maybe different from the one that came in the mono box set. I'm going to have to check that out and make sure. This might just be a separate issuing of this album from the mono box set. I really love the Stones in Mono LP box set. I thought it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. But this might be just a reissuing of that one, or it might be a different one. I'm going to guess it's probably the one from the mono set. I'm going to have to just double check that. Let's move on here. What else do we have? Let's see. We've got something from Dave Stewart, something from Sting. Stewart sings Dylan. Again, all this stuff will be coming out, or should be coming out later. Passengers, original soundtracks. This would be of interest to my partner, Superfan, because she's a big U2 fan, and I know what this is, of course. The studio album by Brian Eno and U2 was released in November 95 under the artist pseudonym Passengers. The experimental recording process resulted in a collection of 15 songs written mostly for imaginary films, hence the album title. With the exception of Ghost in the Shell, Beyond the Clouds, and the hit single Miss Sarajevo. Yeah, okay. This, I'm sure, will get its wider release, and I would wait till then. And I would tell my partner she should do the same, since this will be more expensive. Let's see here. What else we got here? Wall of Voodoo. I almost said Voodoo. Roger Waters, Dark Side of the Moon Redux Live. Pressed on neon pink vinyl. And recorded during two sold-out shows at the London Palladium, 2023. Captures the only live performance of Waters' reimagined version of Pink Floyd's seminal album. So if you are a fan of that reimagining, this is a cool thing. If you're not a fan, it's not. I wasn't a fan that much. I liked a few things about it, but not much. And so that's it. That's everything here. So quite a bit here. I've got some listening to do for some of these that I want to listen to and see if I want to pursue further the possibility of getting it. I can imagine Robert Kinsler giving me a call and saying, hey, are you going to be there? Do you mind if you find this one? Could you pick it up for me? Which I've done for him in the past. And, of course, he's not working as much as he used to. He's retired now. Maybe he'll go get him himself this time. Go get it yourself, Robert. Anyways, though. But actually, probably the cool thing to do would be for us to both tell each other about certain things and be on the lookout, especially if it's regional, because those are really rare. They're hard to get. Okay, but that's it. That's what caught my eye. What caught your eye? What are you interested in? What are you really excited about this year? And what are you planning on getting? And what are your must-haves? Let all of us know. Let us all know in the comments. Yeah, I'll admit it's a pretty cool list. That's it for now. As always, if you like these videos, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. Big thank you to my Patreon supporters. Patreon supporters do get exclusive weekly videos not available on the channel. And we'll just look forward to talking to you in the next video. And I'm looking forward to hopefully sharing what I'm doing in the recording studio. Okay, everybody take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.